Welcome to New Mexico Black Rifle Operators Union. I'm your host, Sean. I got to give a shout out to a gentleman that means a lot to me, or meant a lot to me. He passed today, about 3 hours ago. Mr. Charles Clunder, aka Master Sergeant. For those of you who have known me for, the last, since the 90s, 97 on. I had this really great dedicated friend that I knew, and he was my roommate, and we met because I was put into a position where I had to have a roommate or two to afford life while I was going through school. It just so happened to be a middle-aged guy and an older gentleman who was going through a divorce that he was totally sideswiped by and didn't expect. And I got to know his daughter and his daughter's boyfriend or best friend, later became her husband, is actually my cousin. And I got to know them all. And Master Sergeant was just an amazing person. You can't fathom the amount of sympathy and empathy I have for that family right now. And I was asked and given the honor of being a pallbearer for him. And I absolutely, as much as I hate going to funerals and doing anything else, I absolutely will carry one of my best friends to his final resting place on earth. So it is with that I dedicate this episode to Master Sergeant Charles Clunder. So Master Sergeant Clunder had one rifle after he had served in many places around, the globe, so to speak, during some interesting times, maybe not always pleasant times, as he would say that, just like Sonny Pazikis. That's kind of why I dig Sonny, is because he reminds me a lot of a younger Master Sergeant, because Master Sergeant was an interesting cat. The best way to think about it is picture a man that could be selling you cars or hosting a game show, and yet being the most kind and gentlest man you ever could imagine, and extremely smart, intelligent, and eloquent in speaking, and soft-spoken until you raised his ire. And his wife is his second wife, or whatever number she was after the divorce that I know of. So I'm pretty sure it's his second wife. She's an amazing lady too. And I cannot, like I said, I cannot extend enough sympathy for that. But the one rifle Master Sergeant had was a Marlin 22 rifle. And we'd gotten to go shooting one time, I believe, in the 5 years that I'd known Master Sergeant, or lived around him, or lived with him. And he took his 22. And I took, one of a number of rifles that I can think of that I had back then. I don't remember this because I was in sheer awe of what happened. Master Sergeant, I walked out at 200 yards, and I put a pop can on its edge to where all you could see was the base of it, the shiny base of it. And Master Sergeant, with his 22 rifle, shot the ass end of that can and made it shoot Coca-Cola all over the damn place before I could even finish finding it with the scoped rifle I was using. And I the reason why I don't remember what rifle I was using is because it was just sheer shock. He replicated that out to 400 or 500 yards with a 22 long rifle. And for people that will say I'm full of crap, there are videos circling recently of a guy that did it at 1,000 yards or something like that. And he had that person that did it in those videos had none of the training that Master Sergeant had. And he did have the chops, the training, and everything else. But he did it, I think, more so to show that it wasn't the caliber, it was the shooter, and wasn't even that high grade of a rifle. Again, it shows the shooter matters a lot. And he was also demonstrating that he didn't care about an assault rifle or anything else, or a pistol or anything else. He had the one gun that would end someone if he needed to, and that was it, And it reminded me of my dad. Master Sergeant met my dad, and they got along pretty well. In fact, it's actually kind of funny. Master Sergeant and my dad are pretty close in age, I believe, and that's why I think I liked Master Sergeant, or loved Master Sergeant so much. Master Sergeant, when I lived with him in a duplex, I woke up one day. I have sleep apnea or sleep insomnia, combination of the two. He woke me up one day in the middle of our kitchen while I'm making crackers and peanut butter and jelly and making a mess. Early in the morning. And he wakes me up to say, "Hey, Sean, you're okay, man. You don't have to scavenge this stuff to survive." Okay. There are times that Master Sergeant and I had some conversations just about life and everything else. And that was amazing when you have someone who's older than you, who can be a mentor to you, and to walk you through those same, valleys that you are going through right now. He's already done it, but he's going through the same or similar situation now. It was an interesting time. This is right after the one woman that I had ever thought I would ever marry. We split up, and Master Sergeant was there. And like I said, I cannot extend enough sympathy to his daughter, Kara, and the rest of his family, and Chris, because Master Sergeant meant a lot to everyone involved in his life. I could tell you a lot more stories, but I won't, because Master Sergeant wouldn't want me to share those, because they were special to him. Like, share, subscribe. Most importantly, be great. Give your friends and family that hug, because you never know how long we have on this earth.